I'm in a very nice chair.
But he's not in a wheelchair.
As I look at this dinky little office chair. So if you check my Amazon wish list, you'll see a much better computer.
This plug brought to you by shamelessplugs.com. We have all your shameless plug needs.
There's limited housework that I can do. So we're talking things like doing the dishes, straightening up the counters, doing the laundry, which sucks because I have a 4-level split. So I have to go down 2 full flights of stairs and then a half flight to get down to the laundry room.
Let's also mention that laundry is a multi-step process with long periods in between. Laundry is just hell on the ADHD brain.
It totally is.
I feel comfortable saying that is like a full experience for almost everybody with ADHD, because I don't think I've met one person with ADHD who can stay on top of their laundry all the time. And if you are out there, please our email is thewaitwhatwasiddoingpodcast@gmail.com. Please message us, because I want to know your secret.
Speaking of dirty laundry, you can email us at patrick@imahore.com and give us all of your laundry tips.
I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming.
Okay, thank you. Fucking thank you.
Anyway. Fuck. But yeah, with shit knees, going down 2.5 full flights of stairs in a 4-level split once every couple hours to accomplish this task, and then throw on top of that not just mine, my wife's, and my daughter's laundry, but of course with us fostering dogs, we have got all of these towels, blankets, all of this shit that constantly needs to be washed and brought up and down and fucking refill and yada 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 and rinse and repeat. So the point of the story is the garbage knees. I'm limited by that. Okay, so this has been a problem that I have had for years and years and years, and I think it comes from bad genetics. My mother had them. My sister had them. They both had a lot of operations on theirs. And anytime that I went in, I guess I'm kind of leaping forward a bit, but anytime that I went in to get them checked, it was, your bones look great, your cartilage looks great, your tendons, your ligaments, all of that, everything looks great. To which I say, well, they don't fucking feel great, so I don't know what to tell you. And the reason I picked this topic is because I have another doctor's appointment coming up this Friday morning. So, because I have been invalidated previously by medical professionals, again, over this subject, I am terrified to think about what I'm going to have to go through on Friday. Now, this is a reasonably new doctor, a reasonably new family doctor for us, for myself and my wife. We've been patients of his for about a year, because my original doctor was actually the one that popped me out, and he retired like 2 years ago. So we ended up having to find another doctor. And this guy is phenomenal. Fantastic. When I got my reassessment earlier this year, he was the guy who set me up with a psychologist. So he's been fantastic with us. In my mind, I should think that he is going to do his best to help me in this. But I've seen so many doctors about this so far, and I have gone through so many tests. I've gone to GPs, I've gone to chiropractors, I've gone through physio, I've gone through you fucking name it, to try and help this, to try and get this better, and it's never worked. It's only gotten worse.
Have you tried a planner?
I haven't tried a planner. I've got some lavender back there, though.
Just activate your hyperfocus.
I would do that, and it would do absolutely nothing for my walking speed.
You should have chosen a different class, man.
I know. Right? I wish I could go back and re-roll.
Shit rolls for the fighter class over there.
Dude, when you get a stamina roll of 2 and a speed roll of 1...
Wait a second. We aren't Katie and Eric.
Okay.
It's true.
Let's.
We're Katie and Eric +1. I'm the +1.
And I'm Katie, bitches.
Yeah, you are. You got the luscious locks for it.
I guess I'm hey good. Whiteboards, motherfuckers.
I have no idea where the fuck I was.
Where the fuck were we?
I was in the middle of talking about
somewhere between Patrick being a whore and whale speak last night.
I don't know where I am.
GPS stopped working a while ago. I'm sorry.
Okay, hang on. I was talking about how I gone to doctors, chiros. I've gone to physio.
Oh, yeah. Your new doctor.
Oh, right, yeah, yes. With the new doctor. Yeah, mm-hmm. I have no reason to believe that he's not going to help, but it's because I was invalidated previously by other doctors that I have it in my head that he is not going to help me, right? I've got no reason to not believe that, because when I went for x-rays, I've gone for fucking multiple x-rays, I've gone for MRIs, and every time they come back with the bones look great, cartilage looks great, ligaments look great, your tendons look great, everything looks great, and I'm like, why the fuck does it hurt when I walk? And I've been complaining about this for years, and years and years. My wife reminded me that I've been complaining about it for years. If you caught, what was it, last episode where I was talking about that amazing, awesome human being that I used to work for at the hotel. Well, the night that I fucked off out of there, I actually had another job lined up, and it was working out in a rail yard. Now, if you've never seen a rail yard, just picture a giant oversized gravel pit where it is uneven everywhere. And if you've never seen, I ended up being the locomotive operator, so basically the guy who drives the train. My inner 8-year-old was fucking screaming because that is like the coolest job ever. Who the fuck doesn't want to drive a train? Anyway, so if you've never seen the steps that you have to take to get up into the cab of the locomotive, they are probably, I would say, maybe 1.5 feet wide total, and each step is probably about 2 to 3 feet in between each step, and there's like 3 steps to get up there. So after doing this for like 4 years, I think. Yeah, I think it was going on 4 or 5 years of doing this, walking out and around in this giant uneven playground and whatnot. My knees just got worse and worse and worse, to the point where I ended up having to quit the job and go on disability for 2 years. But it was during that period where I was seeing doctors and trying to, chiropractors and fucking anything else that I could, using fucking lavender oil, fucking you name it, right?
Goddamn planner.
I tried my planner, man, and it didn't work out so well. But because I had these doctors tell me that everything looked fine, everything looked great, everything looked fabulous, I don't know what could possibly be wrong with you. And yet, here we are now, where I'm at the point where I can't run. I haven't been able to run in years because I can't handle the pain. I can't even lift my legs that high. And here's where I am. And now I'm terrified to go into this doctor on Friday.
But because of a past history, there's the perceived belief, a perceived slight.
Yep.
This isn't just negative thinking. This isn't just like, this probably isn't going to go my way. It's not being a negative Nancy about something. It is a belief.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, beliefs are deep-rooted. They are hard to change. There is this belief that there is a slight, or will be a slight, that is creating an issue.
In my logical mind, I know that he's going to try and help. He's going to try and do his best for me. But I'm absolutely terrified that when I go in there, I'm going to hear, everything looks great, there's nothing we can do.
And
You're fucked.
this kind of stems to a point that, I know we've all talked about a little bit before, but ADHD people, kids, all the way up through adults, hear so much more negative things about themselves to begin with. That is trained, that's why it's a belief. Like, this is why this becomes a belief. We are taught this negative thought process about ourselves throughout our entire life. And now it becomes a deep-rooted belief that you can't just fucking say, try harder, or don't think about it, right? You can't not fucking think about these type of things. These things are trained in you your entire life.
Yeah, trust me, if I try harder to walk, you're gonna watch me fucking fall on my head. I can't try any harder.
On average, a person with ADHD receives 20,000 more negative messages by the age of 10 than they do positive messages. And this is a staggering amount compared to our neurotypical peers.
You think about this and you understand that, and that's at age 10. Now, if that trend holds together, and it may not, sometimes it gets higher, sometimes it gets lower. Of course, it's not a solid trend, but you think about this, we have been taught negative thoughts about ourselves our entire life, especially if you don't have answers about why you're different, or why you're if you don't have a diagnosis, right? You don't know what's wrong with you. You're just taught all these negative thoughts your entire life. And it is dramatically painful, and it's impossible. It is impossible to just say, well, just don't think that way. I can't. I have no other way of thinking. This is the way I've been taught to think my entire life.
Good.
No, because it just got too fucking serious. I was gonna make a goddamn joke, but Patrick had to go all fucking serious. Patrick's over here like...
I'm sorry.
Over here like we don't know what's different about us, and I was just gonna come in and say, bitch, I know exactly what's different about me. I'm fucking perfect.
There you go. I'm going to add to his point. Last night, I got to hear my daughter have a bit of a breakdown. She was all pleased and impressed because I haven't cried today, and that is a daily thing for her. That is her comment. That's her litmus test for every day. Have I cried today? And to hear her... No, I'm sorry, it was the day before. The day before she said that. I haven't cried today. It was a good day. My daughter's biggest issue is emotional regulation. Big time. So after her meds basically wear off near the end of the day, and it's getting close to bedtime, is where the emotions start to just fucking boil, right? We'll tell her, come up, time to get your melatonin, whatever. And sometimes, because if she's like hyper-focused on her iPad or watching the TV or some shit, from there she will snap at us or whatever. And I'll kind of stand upstairs and be like, excuse me. And from there she fucking loses it, right? Just loses it. So it was last night. She started going off and whatever, and my wife came out and went down halfway downstairs or whatever, kind of met her there, and just to hear her say things like life is hard. Like she knows she's diagnosed, but to hear her say things like life is hard. I wish I wasn't like this. I wish I didn't cry every day. I wish I could handle these feelings. That is fucking heart-wrenching.
But the thing to remember out of all of these, the way we're talking about this stuff, this is not behavior that you can just not do, right? There is no way that you can tell my brain, just don't think about that.
Think positive.
It's not that big of a deal.
You tell my brain that is clinging to this with a fucking death grip. You tell my brain that. Just don't think that way. Think positive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my story.
So, I guess let's get to the closing after these words from our sponsors.
Hey kids, are you tired of your lame old video games?
Not really.
Is the Switch just not scratching the itch like it used to?
I mean, hyperfocus is a thing.
Is your PlayStation more of a lame station?
Dude, that was a shitty joke. Mom, Susie is using the devil words again.
Maybe it's time to try something brand new. From ADHD Incorporated Kids, it's the game of ADHD Life.
Great, another stupid board game.
In the game of ADHD Life, you get a glimpse of life with ADHD without the side effects of medication. Fun to play with the whole family.
Do we have to?
Why are there so many pieces missing?
I didn't get my school accommodations. Now I need to drop out? That's bullshit.
What the hell? My husband left me for a younger woman because I forgot our anniversary?
So, do we just go in a circle forever and never win?
This is fucking stupid. Take this game back.
The game of ADHD Life from ADHD Incorporated Kids. Also coming soon, Snakes and Adderall. Wait a minute, so you get to roll twice for 4 hours, then you go all the way back to the beginning and start over?
Who comes up with this shit?
Susie?
Okay, folks, thank you guys for joining us today. I mean, it was fairly brutal. I hope
I'm a little beaten up.
Yeah,
I'm talking about I'm unscathed over here.
I hope you're not
sarcasm,
crying.
Though.
I really, really hope you're not crying in the corner. But we did not do this to hurt you. We did this to help bring attention to these things that we all struggle with and let you all know that how invalidation can be so damaging to us. And if we know this, we can learn to combat it, hopefully. But anyways,
maybe.
With that being said, we will not be mean to you anymore for this episode, but I cannot promise that you will not get more soon.
Oh no, the next episode is going to be just as fucking brutal as this one is.
Excellent.
That next episode, we face our arch nemesis in the next episode.
Oh, Jesus, yes. I don't even want to talk about that. I don't even want to think about that, and that's still 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, okay. Thank you guys for joining us. We love you and appreciate you. If you want to support us, we have a Patreon for our podcast. You can find it in any one of our beacons lists.
You bet.
Please feel free to support us that way. Spaz has merchandise in his Streamlabs store for the podcast. T-shirts and hoodies, right?
T-shirts and hoodies at this time, yep, unless I get some better requests. and then I will add to the line for us. But yeah, at current, we have tea.
Coffee mugs, because
I could do coffee mugs.
in the same way that Patrick's a whore for people, I'm a whore for coffee mugs.
As I point to my fucking collection of coffee mugs behind me here, right? Absolutely. You know what? I will add a coffee mug to the shop.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I thought we were done with the fucking call-outs for this episode.
That's what you thought.
Jesus Christ.
That was your first mistake. You're supposed to be the
Okay.
pretty one. You're not